Hello, in this tutorial I wish to show you a quick way in which you can set up ShareScope detail screens in order for you to analyze financial data for particular companies. Especially if you've read one of Phil Oakley's articles on our website and you wish to look at some of the figures that he is mentioning. Now, what I'm going to show you will work with all three versions of ShareScope, so Gold, Plus and Pro. I'm using Gold now, but it works with all three. So we start off, we select a stock in a list, doesn't really matter which one. In this case I'm doing Antofagasta. We hit the Enter key to open up the graph and hit the Enter key again on the keyboard to open up the detail screen. Now the program comes preloaded with a bunch of detail screens set up in different ways, but you can create your own from scratch. If you go to the detail settings menu at the top, you will see there's a few named settings, and then you'll have from the bottom end settings 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. These are completely blank. So I've picked up detail set 7. I'm going to start off by creating a list box. So that's a fairly easy thing to do. Right click anywhere on the screen and click on New List Box. A list box is simply a box that will display one or more pieces of information on the company. If I right click on the box and go to Add List Box Item, Add General Item, Name, that will add the name of the company. That's quite important if you want to remind yourself what instrument you are actually viewing. Second thing is the results table. Now we right click again on the chart and go to add a new results table, and results table will appear on the screen. If you want to move any of these boxes around, you can click on them and point your mouse arrow on the grey borderline, so your mouse arrow becomes a four-pointed arrow, at which point you can click and drag. Or you can point your mouse arrow at one of the dots in the corners to click and expand the detail screen as far as you wish. And you can do this for any one of the individual boxes within the detail screen. Now that we have a blank results table, we can add items by simply right clicking on it and going to add a result to table. I'm going to now add profit, at which point the financial years will appear on the top of the table. We can move back and forth in time by using the grey arrow buttons on the left and right side. These arrows will appear if the table is too small to be able to display all of the available information. Of course, you can simply expand the table itself if you have enough screen space. And you can keep on adding items by right clicking on box and going add a result to table and selecting whichever items you want. There are a few headline pieces of information like profits, earnings per share, dividends, in an easily accessible point of a menu. But if you go to full results, the dialog box will open up, which will allow you to choose any of the financials that are available in the program. So capital expenditure, for example. If you select an item and click on OK, the dialog box will close after the item is added. If you select on Add Now, the figure will be added to the table, but the dialog box will remain open, so you don't have to constantly right click on the table each time to add a new item. Once you've done adding the last item, you can just click on OK and the box will close. You can move items around up and down the list by simply clicking on the title and dragging the item up and down. And you can delete an item by right clicking on it and selecting delete item. Now bear in mind, do not use the delete key on your keyboard if you wish to delete an item from the table, because the delete key will delete the entire table, so bear that in mind. Once you're done, if you wish to return to one of the defaults, you can simply click on the Detail Settings menu at the top and select whichever detail setting you wish to use. And your setting, which you'll have set up, will always be available in the list here. Now, there is obviously a lot more that you can do with detail settings, but this is just a quick and dirty way to quickly have a look at certain financials that you happen to have an interest in at that moment in time. If you wish to know more about setting up detail screens, there are more tutorials that you can read on our website. If not, you can contact us via email or by telephone as always. Thank you for listening, and goodbye.